come across the comment lately, and it is exceptional, and I wanted to go ahead and read it. And I've thought this before about YouTube comments. Some of them could be people that are very, very high up, elites even on YouTube. This is an easy way for them to vent, to even share, and wants to get things out there and wants to communicate. And it definitely applies to this comment. I have no way to know if this is true or not. Can do what you want with it. This is interesting concept here, so please go ahead and give me comments, and I will read through them. And your comments are going to be, all based on this video, which is based on YouTube comments. So around we go. I haven't done this before, but there is someone out there by the name of Steve who is making lots and lots of money just off reading everybody's emails and stories, and he is doing a good job at it. So good for him. Great. Am I a little bit jealous? Of course I am. My YouTube channel sucks, and I put a lot of hard work into it. So to see someone else who just has to sit there and read and, goes far and far above beyond everything that I've been doing, it sucks. It sucks. Whatever, though. It is good for him. He has a lot of awesome stories, and he's telling the truth, unlike Dixie Cryptid Douchebag, who just makes up shit. That really ticks me off, guys. That's what we don't need in this field, is someone just making up a bunch of crap to line their own pockets. That is Dixie Cryptid. It's all fake. It's all fake, you guys. It's all made up crap. So howtohunt.com is legit. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, there's my rant. So let's get on with this comment, you guys. This is pretty amazing. Sasquatch, genetic makeup, and who they are. And the rabbit hole goes deeper. Sasquatch, or Bigfoot as they are known today, are the Nephilim of the past and one of 4 types of humans that exist today. Humans, Sasquatch, red-haired giants, and the Gecknephysians, small grays, aliens, I guess. 13,000 years ago, they were Caucasian people from an area north of the Black Sea. That's actually kind of crazy, guys, because that's Ukraine. And you can go ahead and put in the comments about my ties with Ukraine if you're curious. Members of those people, Dakuyu, by the way, the Dakuyu, spasiba, Dakuyu, okay. Members of those people were amongst the first to be abducted by the Zetas and genetically altered in appearance for the purpose of hard slave labor. Sasquatch do have names. They call themselves depending on what geographic location they are from. And this global. I don't know, there might be some typos in here. They do understand the native language people speak in these geographic locations. Like I said, some of this stuff, you guys, it lines up with the research I've done. We already thought they could understand us for many reasons, not just on our own research, but other things. And so, when I've read through this and bits and pieces of it are lining up with things that I know, it's just gives it that much more credence. All right, continuing. For those of our concern from the western half of North America, they call themselves the Almas people. They have gone through many genetic manipulations over time, and there are several races globally. They have families like everyone else and share the same moral values as the rest of humanity. Today, there are more than 9 million of them globally. Sasquatch are humans, to be specific, human hybrids. The genetic makeup from our location of responsibility today is 100% human female mitochondrial DNA. Your mitochondrial DNA is who you are, period. They have 80% human nuclear DNA, about 11 to 12% Neanderthal and Denisovan nuclear DNA. Denisovan, oh, okay. Denisovan, nuclear DNA. And 1 to 2% gibbon, monkey, and Zeta nuclear DNA. Nuclear DNA determines your appearance. One way to understand this is every human on Earth looks different except for identical twins. There are nuclear DNA genetic variants across the globe, but all are 100% human. So to be clear, we're not talking about any kind of variants going on here, guys. Like with a 1,400-pound bear, that's a variant of a normal bear. Anyway, since 6,000 years ago, all Sasquatch were kept in Zeta underground bases and tunnel systems, which they created for Zeta civilization. These underground bases and tunnels are interconnected and exist on every continent. Sasquatch are the people who built all the pyramids and monolithic structures around the world using Zeta technology. This includes the pyramids, the Sphinx, and the underground city that exists in Egypt. The Sphinx used used to bear the head of Zeta. It was recarved into that of a pharaoh 6,000 years ago after the underground city was abandoned by the Zetas due to the ever-increasing human population above. All the pyramids around the world were built for the purpose of electrical power generation for the underground cities below them. After 6,000 years ago, these pyramids were replaced by seismically active mountain locations, and Sasquatch were the labor force. These locations are all known and are being systematically destroyed. All Sasquatch globally were told to get above ground 4 years ago. This is why there has been an explosion of Sasquatch sightings and encounters, bringing in a dramatic increase of researchers. That's interesting, you guys, because 4 years ago is about when things started for me. Anyway, all have their freedom now, and humanity will, in time, get to know them. We are currently with about 120,000 of these beautiful people at our area of operation. The hidden war against the invisible enemy has been fought and won. This information is courtesy of the United States Marine Corps. What Zetas are three-dimensional extraterrestrial civilization originating from the Orion Nebula. Zetas have the ability to telepathic communication and have a genetic ability to lower their vibrational frequency on a molecular level, which hides the mass of their bodies. This nuclear DNA genetic ability evolved in this insect as predatory behavior. Alright, I'm going to have to stop for a second, get some water, and I'll continue on. Pre-roll, go! Okay, guys, let's see, where do we leave off here? Oh, good, I highlighted it, okay. This nuclear DNA genetic ability evolved in this insect as predatory behavior. There are two types of Zeta. Make sure recording on light works. All right, good. There are two types. The Zetas and the Zeta tarantulans. Of the two species, the tarantulans are the more predatory. Zetas are a sentient civilization that were genetically engineered by another civilization for the purpose of a weapon and ended up being fatal to that civilization. The technology they possess is not their own. It is that of the civilization that created them. Zetas are the genetic combination of a spider-like insect and the malevolent, humanoid, sentient people. Zetas cannot reproduce and are all clones of each other. So I guess the tarantulans is the right way to say that then. When uncloaked, they look like very slender humanoids that stand about 7 feet tall with light beige colored skin and no body hair. They have 3 very long fingers and an opposable thumb, and their feet have 3 very long toes that can be used like hands. Zetas can walk on all fours and comfortably as walking upright. I don't know why I'm finding a lot of this hard to read. They have a humanoid insect-like facial appearance and large brown iris-colored eyes. When cloaked, their spirit becomes more apparent and is that of a spider. A cloaked Zeta can connect to a human host with the primary connection point at the sacrum chakra and control the thoughts and behavior of that person. So something you might want to read into there, guys, is about fluoride in our water and what it does to your third eye, so to speak. All right, continuing on. Zetas can cause extreme torture on a person to keep that person in their compliance. They are extremely intelligent but lack emotion and empathy. Oh, great. Complete psychopaths. It's wonderful. Zetas are mainly genetic farmers, and this is their purpose with humanity, or kill them at will. Zetas used to control humanity in the open when they arrived 13,000 years ago, but around 6,000 years ago went completely underground due to the population growth of humanity. They have maintained their secrecy on Earth through direct and indirect control of people, especially bloodlines, and the rewriting of history. Satan was the name for the Zeta-appointed leader and was executed on July 12th, 2020. He was located at an underground base at Mount Hayes, Alaska. That's interesting about Mount Hayes. There's crazy stuff that actually goes on there. Anyway, God or gods is a Zeta word for the one or many you are subservient to, the one who enslaves you. The Roman Catholic Church has been the seat of Zeta control of humanity for the last 2,000 years. Pope Francis and all the cardinals of the Vatican have been executed for crimes against humanity by military tribunals. Pedophilia and much worse, that these people who are directly controlled by Zetas is for the pleasure and sustenance of these Zetas. This behavior goes back to the time of their arrival. This information is courtesy of the United States Marine Corps. Wake up call. About the hidden war against the invisible enemy. These people are sick. Is code for the Zeta extraterrestrial civilization in the Jewish Matria calculator. This term has been used widely by President Trump and QAnon since 2017. And again, I guess that term would be these people are sick. This war began against the Zeta civilization in January of 2016 and will be completed in September 2020. We are one of 22 locations globally where Zetas and other entities are forced to come. All Zeta underground bases and tunnel systems have been getting collapsed with earthquake swarming using targeted high-frequency bursts originating from space by the seventh dimensional Pleiadian civilization. Pleiadian. When they arrive to us, the Zetas are executed and or spiritually executed. More than 290,000 have come to our location alone, 1.2 million to all locations globally. The appointed leader of the Zeta civilization was executed spiritually at our location on July 12th of this year. The name of the Zeta appointed leader was called Satan. He was located in an underground base in Mount Hayes, Alaska. All Zetas that directly control people are called gods or God for the whole. In order of President Trump, Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, President of China, and patriots around the world to arrest and execute those people directly and indirectly controlled by the Zeta civilization, they had to be removed first. These arrests started in earnest in March of this year. More than 200,000 globally will be executed by military tribunals. All of this is taking place under the fake COVID-19 virus pandemic. More than 2 million, mainly children and adults, have been rescued from underground locations globally by elite military units provided by many countries. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Just pieces are being put together as I'm reading some of this stuff here. Many of these children did not survive this extraction process. Zetas enjoy the pleasure of human sexuality, and it used many children as a primary food source. Wow, this is insane. They force people they directly control to traffic their victims and act out this behavior for them. We have been shedding too many tears. Now it is time for everyone else. Well, I don't know, a little bit speechless, I guess, after all that. So, yeah, it's gonna probably open up to a slew of comments, or maybe not. Maybe everyone's gonna be speechless like me. I don't know.